Oh, now somebody's got to get more steps in. You just have to hit OK. Carol's got it.
You drew the short straw. But you get paid the big bucks.
Hold your applause until the end.
Madam President, 7 p.m.
I'll call the meeting of the City of Tonawanda Council to order. Please call the roll.
Lolanich.
Here.
Lucera.
Here.
Raudenstrau.
Here.
Mylum.
Here.
Cook.
Here, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussions and allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of the community. Amen. Thank you. All right, communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondents have also been ordered and filed. We're not going into executive session. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public on the resolutions. For those that are joining us in person, please come up to the microphone. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so at this time, and the clerk will call upon you. Any comments on the resolutions? Mr. Clerk, anyone who's with us virtually that wishes to address the council?
Madam President, at this time, I do not show anyone on the Zoom call looking to make any comments on the resolutions.
All right, hearing none, seeing none, let's roll.
Resolution number 1 by the council, seconded by the council. Resolved that the common council minutes from April 19th, 2022 be accepted as filed.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lolanich.
Aye.
Nocera.
Aye.
Rautenstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 2 by Councilmember Mylum.
Do we have a second?
I'd like a second, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Rounstraw.
Resolved that the permission is granted to Tonawanda's United Veterans Council to close the Renaissance Bridge on Sunday, May 29th, 2022, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. for the annual Memorial Day observance.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lolanich.
Aye.
Nocera.
Aye.
Rautenstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3 by Council President Cook.
Do we have a second?
I'd like a second, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Rounstraw.
Whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk from Tara Kennedy on behalf of Tonawanda's City Porch Fest to be conducted at Clinton Park Gazebo and various porches throughout the city of Tonawanda on August 28th, 2022, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And whereas the application was reviewed and commented on by all appropriate department heads to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. And whereas all details of the above named event must be coordinated with Amanda Loft, the Parks and Recreation Director, and the event chairperson. Now, therefore, be resolved that permission is granted to hold the Tonawanda City Porch Fest on August 28th, 2022, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Clinton Park Gazebo and various porches throughout the city of Tonawanda.
Comments or questions?
Madam President,
Mr. Armstrong?
I just want to say, just in regards to this, Mrs. Kennedy is my neighbor. She's been bringing this Porch Fest to us for several years now, and it's turned into a great event. And I just want to say thank you to her for organizing this and getting this going every year. I look forward to the event this year.
Hey, Mr. Armstrong, any other comments? Please call the roll.
Lalonich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 4 by Councilmember Lalonich.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it.
Second by Mr. Nocera.
Whereas a special events application was reviewed by the city clerk from the Kiwanis Club for the chicken barbecue at Vets Park. And whereas the application was reviewed and commented on by all appropriate department heads to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. And whereas it was agreed upon that the cooking of the chicken will not occur at Vets Park. And whereas all details of the above named event must be coordinated with Amanda Loft, Director of Parks and Recreation, and the event chairperson. Now therefore be resolved that permission is granted for the Kiwanis Club to hold their chicken barbecue at Veterans Park on June 5th, 2022 and September 11th, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And resolved that a certificate of insurance naming the city of Tonawanda as additional insured be filed with the city clerk no later than May 31st, 2022.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalonich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Madam
Resolution.
President, to make a resolution or a.
Mr. Mallon?
Reading of the rest of the resolutions, please.
I have a motion by Mr. Mylum to waive the readings of resolutions 5 through 16. Do we have a second?
I'll second, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Rounstrau. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Resolution 5 by Council President Cook.
Do we have a second?
I'd like to second, Madam President.
Seconded by Mr. Rounstrau. Comments or questions?
Mr. Roundsell mentioned that this might be the last one.
I mentioned
You
that.
mentioned that.
Yes. That's true.
You know why they're ending it?
Just because of, the efforts that go into place in planning and organizing and,
Vicky talked about
It's hard to
it
get
last year. They put a lot of
volunteers,
blood, sweat, and tears over this over
Exactly.
the years, and this is one of the longest events that have continued over the years, and they've really done a
long
great job
time.
honoring their daughter.
yes, they've certainly done a fantastic job and donated countless dollars and hours to their organization, so. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Lalonich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 6 by Councilmember Nocera.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Mylum. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalonich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 7 by Councilmember Rautenstrau.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it.
Second by Ms. Lalonich. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalonich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 8 by Council President Cook.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Mylum. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 9 by Councilmember Rautenstrau.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it.
Second by Mr. Nocera. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 10 by Councilmember Nocera.
I'll second. Comments or questions?
Comment?
Mr. Nocera?
I think it's a great idea. I just truly believe in this renaming the pavilion at Niwanda Park after Ron Pelosi, all the work that he's done for the city, past, present, and future. It's well deserved.
Thank you, Mr. Nocera. Any other comments or questions?
Are we going to in any way put a sign up,
Yes,
something noting this?
yes.
Thank you.
I have a comment. I had a chance to have a conversation with Mr. Pelosi on my way here, and he is very honored that the council is voting on this resolution. And certainly in due time, we will have a proper ceremony for him and his family. So he wanted to express his appreciation to the council in considering this. So, any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 11 by Councilmember Mylum.
I'll second. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 12 by Councilmember Lalanich.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it.
Second by Mr. Nocera. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 13 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Comment, I'd like to thank Jason for coming to speak to us this evening regarding the East Niagara pedestrian bridge. And certainly the council is in a position to help move this project forward if needed, and look forward to finally putting this issue to bed. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 14 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 15 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 16 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lalanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so at this time, and the clerk will call upon you. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor here.
Patricia Shamber, Niagara Street, Tonawanda. I'm coming because I was here at a meeting a month ago and the fireworks were not on the agenda. Spoke to Jenna and the mayor and were assured the decision had not been made. And 2 days later, it was announced that the decision was made that it would be downtown Tonawanda instead of on the river. I moved here when I was 3 years old. I lived here in Tonawanda for 68 years, raised my children here. It's always been on the river. And without a local paper, I don't know how you're going to notify people. People that aren't from this area come in, they set up for the day on blankets with chairs. Downtown is safe room only. And there's handicapped people, elderly people. It's not going to be convenient. I just want to make sure that this doesn't happen again next year, that at least reach out and have people vote on it. Because I believe the majority of people in the city of Tonawanda would prefer the river. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, anyone who's with us virtually, do they wish to make a comment?
Madam President, at this time, I do not show anyone on the Zoom call looking to make any comments on on any general comments.
Okay, we do have a comment on the floor.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Collier. I live on Niagara Street. I've been here 22 years. I always enjoyed the fireworks on the river. I was shocked to hear that they wouldn't have them this year. I inquired of other neighbors, and as far as they can recall, it's 60+ years they've been on the river. I think in these COVID times, it doesn't make as much sense to try to pack a lot of people into the Canal Bridge area, where we're much more spread out in homes and the long park. We also know that our neighbors on Grand Island and North Tonawanda enjoy viewing them, whether or not they're paying for them. But it's just such a long tradition. One of the reasons I bought my house on the river. I have a big party that day, really look forward to it. And as you know, people on the river do pay a higher premium for their homes on their taxes because of our location. And to me, that was always a perk. And I'm just sad to see it go away. And I would hope that it could come back next year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments?
Madam President, I didn't get her address. I know it's Niagara Street, but what number on Niagara?
I am 633.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, last call. Anyone joining us virtually?
Madam President, again, at this time, I do not show anyone on the Zoom call looking to make any general comments.
Mr. Clerk, we do have a comment on the floor.
Old way, Niagara Street also.
I think the first question is, who's my council person?
Mr. Milo.
It depends on which end of Niagara Street.
Cass Wheeler?
Right by the docks, or by the ferry hill. Between my family and my wife's, we've been on the Niagara Street for over 70 years, always enjoying the fireworks. I've talked to a retired assistant chief and captain for the Tonawanda Fire Department. He said that's ridiculous to put it downtown. Talked to retired police or fire chief. He said, why would they do that? After all these years, they have the fireworks. Before they come out, they went down, they hit the water. Now where are they gonna land? On the people, on the buildings? What's gonna happen with that? People come and they can see the fireworks if they want from the bridge on Canal Fest. But on Canal Fest, people come and wander around, they go to different booths. They're not coming to sit down and have a picnic, enjoy their family. 4th of July, they do. And that's gonna pretty much mess that up. I hope you all really want to reconsider that. Let's face it, public's not gonna be happy. Time to vote, we will remember everyone.
Okay, thank you for your comment, and thank you for your service. Any other comments? Okay. Ms. Lanich.
Two things. I want to just, well, all right, thank you for speaking. I think I appreciate the comments. And secondly, I had the privilege and honor to witness this past Friday, the 100 Club of Buffalo honored 2 Tonawanda police officers for the events on May 26th of 2020. And they were recognized among other local Western New York fire, police, and EMS or first responders that were recognized for going above and beyond their typical daily expectations of service. And it was really humbling to bear witness to the acts of heroism that not only our police department was involved with, but also just Western New York is well represented by its protectors. So I just wanted to share that. It was a real pleasure and an honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Lanich.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you-
Mr. Nocera.
Thank you, Madam President. I was part of the canal cleanup last Saturday, which was a great event. It was fun. It was well attended. And they collected, I believe it was like 57 large trash bags full of trash and leaves that had gathered along the canal side. And that was in honor of Earth Day. But I believe we should all pitch in when we see some litter or something like that along our canal and byways and our parks, is just to help out. I noticed that we've got our garbage cans now along Main Street.
Excellent.
And that is a welcome sight to see those back again. But on top of that, naming the pavilion, Ronald J. Pelosi Pavilion, going forward, I believe that, yes, it should be another event there, dedicating a plaque and having Ron and the family there as well for that event. And that's all I have for that.
Thank you, Mr. Nocera. Mr. Rautenstrau.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to tag along with piggyback on what Mr. Nocera said. It's a great honor for Mr. Pelosi and his family. It's well deserved. So I think that was a great tribute. It is a great tribute to somebody who served our community for so long. I want to comment. I want to thank all the neighbors coming out, talking about the fireworks and expressing their opinion on it. I don't want to steal the wind from anyone's sails. I'm sure Mayor White has got some commentary on it. I just want to say I've seen a lot of comments on Facebook and social media, and talked to my neighbors and talked to some other people. And I understand where you're coming from. I think it's a tradition that's happened over the years. I think the past couple of years with the pandemic, obviously that wasn't allowed, and we couldn't make that happen. I think last year there was a great event, and it was put together off pretty quickly. But I do want to make a point of, this was the mayor's decision. There was some talk of it in the works prior to. It wasn't something that was discussed as in the council as a whole. From the council side, this is a financial piece of it. So it's not, the decision is on us. I'm not trying to throw Mr. White under the bus on this, but I respect the fact that he had the advice of our chiefs of police, chief of fire, took the recommendations on this, especially with this opening up over the year. Hopefully, with a little more planning with the administration, we can talk about planning this out better, getting a little more direction and see how this year comes and maybe take advantage of our canal. That being said, I've always enjoyed seeing it at the river. I have friends that live on the river as well. So I do enjoy going down to the party and watching it down there as well. But things are changing and definitely there's things taken into consideration in regards to the safety of our people, containing people in an area and making sure our first responders weren't overwhelmed. So I can understand that. But I just do want to make a point of, saying that this was from the council side of things, we want to be able to fund it. We want to be able to put it in there. This wasn't in last year's or in the budget for this year, and mainly because the past couple of years it was taken out. Last year, it was funded by private donations. And I think there's a consideration for that to continue on. I think a lot of businesses want to support it and want to be a part of this for our city. So I hope we can see this continue to maybe go back to tradition or see if this is something that is a successful undertaking as well. And that's all I really have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ronstadt. Mr. Mylum?
Thank you, Madam President. I don't want to repeat everything that everybody has said. I do understand that the people being upset over the moving of the fireworks, but who knows, change can be good. Give it a try and see what happens this one year, and then, like Sean just said, we can maybe go back to tradition next year. I'm anxious to see how it works out. And having spoken with the police chief, I'm going to say I had a discussion with him pre-pandemic, so in the before time. So it's probably about 2018 where this was already in discussion, as having it down at the campus along the canal for safety reasons. So having gone with the current police chief and the current fire chief and their recommendations, I look forward to having it where it's slated to be. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. First of all, just so everybody understands, the decision wasn't the mayor's decision. I look for input from people around me. I accept input. I love input. The input came from my police chief and fire chief. Both of them recommended it. That's just from a safety standpoint of view. Now we can talk about finances. We had no finances for it. Actually, it wasn't going to happen. So the choice of whether it was going to be at the canal, at the Renaissance Bridge, or nowhere. And Austin from North Tonawanda stood up and said, I would love to be a part of it. And to me, it just seemed like a win-win situation. Now let's have it. Let's bring it downtown. Let's showcase our new pavilion. Let's show and work with our local merchants and help them on both sides of the bridge. I just can't believe that it's not a win-win. I would love to revisit it for next year. Absolutely. My dad lived on Niagara Street for a long time, just down from the police station. And I went there every single year. I loved it. I think it's a great spot to watch it. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford it this year. And I'd love to revisit it next year. And I thank all the people for coming in. I think it's important to get your input. But again, input I think is important. And I took it from my police chief, my fire chief, and other people moving forward. I didn't want to see it drop. So I think having it at least down at Renaissance Bridge for this year, let's do it. Let's enjoy it. And let's wrap our arms around it. In regards to Ron Pelosi, I've known Ron a long time. Actually hunt with Ron. I love Ron a lot, Chris. And I just think it's a fantastic thing to have the a pavilion named after him. And I wish Ron a lot of speedy recovery. And Chris, prayers go out to you and the family. And the 100 Club that you mentioned, we did not have an officer in it ever in the 100 Club. So to have David and also Brian Scarpino in there, David Lanich, it was our honor. My wife and I both went. We loved it. I think it was fantastic. I've never had a better piece of meat in my life. That was the best meat I've ever had. But again, to Bill Strasburg, congratulations. I think it was a great honor for the City of Tonawanda Police Department and for the City of Tonawanda. So that's all I have, Madam President.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I'm required to make this announcement relative to the MS4 Stormwater Annual Report. See, I didn't forget Jason. The city prepares an annual MS4 Stormwater Report that is sent to the New York State DEC at the end of May. The City of Tonawanda's municipal separate storm sewer system, MS4 draft annual report for the period of March 2021 to March 2022 is available for public review and comment until Wednesday, May 25th of 2022. The report and public comment forum can be found on the city's stormwater webpage at tonawanda.com/resident/engineering/stormwater. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. I want to thank all the teachers, educators, mentors for all they do for our students day in and day out. I also want to thank Councilman Mylum, whose professional career brought him to a classroom. And it takes a special kind of person to educate our students, and I certainly commend you all. It's great to see all the events that have been planned at the Senior Citizen Center. If you're not a member, please stop by, check out the center, and consider joining. I'd also like to thank the COT Neighbors United and the Parks and Rec Department, who coordinated a great canal cleanup event. It was well attended. I think we picked up a garbage bag full of cigarette butts. So like to thank everybody for participating. Over the weekend, the mayor and I attended a wonderful event that was organized by Paige Ben. She did a phenomenal job promoting this event. She had over 100 residents that signed up their pups for the fun run. It was just a great turnout. Businesses were there. They had she just did a wonderful job, and I commend her for that. That takes a lot of courage to organize an event of that magnitude. We did ask if it would be an annual event, and I think she's going to take a little break. But we're certainly very proud of her. May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. I lost a dear friend to brain cancer. We lost our former police chief to brain cancer. We've lost residents in our community to this beast. So please keep in your thoughts and prayers all those who have fought this cancer and all those who are fighting. Over the past couple of weeks, we've had an opportunity to talk to many residents regarding their position on fireworks. I really appreciate hearing from you. I know the council does as well. From the start, and the budgets we are very transparent. From 2014 to 2022, the city budgets are online. I would encourage you to take a look at those. But you know, it wasn't budgeted. So I commend everybody for coming together. And certainly we'll revisit it for next year. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And in the back is Mrs. Pelosi. And as I said earlier, I had a chance to speak to our former mayor, who's our administrative assistant, on my way in. And you know, we had a great chat, and I appreciate him for all his service to the community. And we talked about this honor this evening. And I said, if there was anything that I couldn't convey on behalf of you, what would you like me to say? And he said, you know, this is the People's Pavilion, but certainly I'm honored for the council for all that they're doing to recognize this. And this is a structure that will hopefully be there for years and years and years to come. So with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Drive safe, be safe, and have a great night. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nocera. All those in favor?
Aye.
It wasn't my decision.
Well, it wasn't our decision. And I'm not.
My
That
input.
concludes our Zoom call this evening. Thank you for taking the time. Again, we
I
apologize.
just wanna make a point
Technical
of,
difficulties early.
You had nothing to do with it.
Thanks for staying on.
not only that, but
I
we
know,
weren't,
I
we
know.
weren't really involved in that decision.
Is that?
Nor, this is just, say that there wasn't the money available either.